This is case number 22-179518. This is LBNB Funding LLC versus Brian Aaron. The matter is before the court set on for a hearing on a motion for summary disposition. Your appearance for the plaintiff at this time. For the plaintiff, LBNB Funding. All right, do I have Brian Aaron on the Zoom?
Good morning, Your Honor. Cezanne Barda, P65425 on behalf of LVNB Funding.
All right, thank you, counsel, and good morning to you. I'm looking for Mr. Brian. I think you were with him in the breakout room. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. I spoke to Brian Aaron in a breakout room, and I don't see him anywhere.
Yeah, he's still stuck there. You know how to go back and give him some direction on how to come out of there?
I could. I think you guys have to send me an invite for me to go back in that room, or you can pull him out.
Yeah, you still have it. Can you see where you have it already, Mr. Barber?
Let's see.
So
Yes, I'll go back in and pull him right out.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, this is case number 21-172-946. This is LBNB Funding LLC versus Andre Davis. The matter is before the court, set on for a hearing. There's a general sense of this. Your appearance for the plaintiff in this regard.
Good morning, Your Honor. Keith Sparks here on behalf of LVNB Funding, P77485.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sparks. Good morning to you. I'm looking for Mr. Andre Davis at this time. If you're on the Zoom, say something at this time, please.
Yes, Andre Davis.
All right, thank you, Mr. Davis. Good morning to you, sir. All right, I received the answer to the complaint. Looks like that was filed in March, and then this matter was set for hearing because of the issues are now joined. Now, I do see that this is a complaint that alleges damages in the amount of $1,411.95. Have the parties had a chance to talk about this to see if you can get this resolved?
We have, Your Honor. We've had some preliminary settlement discussions. Mr. Davis just really wants copies of the statements to try to see if he can remember the account. So we're going to send him copies of those statements, and hopefully we can get it resolved shortly after that. So if we could request 60 days discovery, I think that would be beneficial.
All right, anything from you, Mr. Davis?
I didn't hear you.
I was saying anything you wanted to say. You did hear that there's a request for the court to set this up on the discovery order, allowing the parties to exchange information over a period of 60 days. There's some indication that the parties have talked, and that part of what you're looking for is information verifying this account, or to see whether or not this is actually an account that you have. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
All right, so I'll go ahead and set it up on a 60-day discovery program. It allows discovery allows each party to exchange information that they may need or request. And at the end of that period, the court then sets a subsequent date for you to come back in front of it. So the next date is going to be set at the end of. So,
On July, you have the 28th.
all right. 7/28 is the date that I'm going to give you for this to return. That's your discovery will be open through that particular day. So you'll have the balance of this fund in to that date. I'll review everything on the 28th. You'll get a discovery order from me extending the due date of 12/28/22. That's going to be at 9:30 a.m. That's the next time that you'll come back in front of me. If you get it worked out, obviously, there's a way to send in proper paperwork indicating that the parties have gotten
Car keys is
the
in the
map down.
basement. Huh,
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Good day.
All right.
Good day, Mr. Davis.
No, I'm gonna go to the office in a minute.
you need to move my car.
Right here.
All right, so I'm back on the record. And Mr. Davis, you're all set.
I'm talking to Toy.
Yeah, you're all set. You'll get some paperwork from me in the mail. You're all set, Mr. Davis.
Well, Your Honor, I had a question. I didn't have a contract with that company. I was just wondering, can they provide me a written agreement between the two parties?
They've indicated that they're gonna send you that information. As to
Okay,
how it, that they came into this particular contract. So that's
Okay.
what, you got a new date to come back in front of me. That's 7/28. All of those things should occur
7/28.
between now and that date. You understand?
Okay,
All right. I wish you well. You'll get
okay, thank you.
And we're back on the record regarding the suffix.
Send me the document about
9520. That's LVNB funding
the
versus
contract between them two.
Brian Aaron. Mr. Varda, you've already entered your appearance regarding this matter. Do I have, in fact, have Mr. Aaron on this Zoom? Say something.
you do,
if you
sir.
Mr. Aaron.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
thank you, Mr. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
All right, so Mr. Varda, I know that the two of you had an opportunity to talk in breakout room. Update me on the status of things at this point, sir. I did receive the answer already.
That's correct, Your Honor, and I believe we filed a motion for summary disposition that was also set for this morning. I'm going to leave it up to Your Honor on how you'd like to handle it. Unfortunately, Mr. Aaron's not an attorney and obviously doesn't understand the procedures of what has to take place. I spoke to him in a breakout room. He believes that his identity was stolen by a woman who was living with him at the time. He has stated that he went to the Southgate police and filed a complaint, and that the complaining and the woman that he's talking about, I believe, may have told the police or gave an interview saying, yes, I did do that, or something along that lines, which if he has this documentation, then that's wonderful. I can close the file out as fraud, but I have nothing. I don't have a response to the motion for summary. I don't even see fraud alleged in the answer, which is concerning because normally someone would write it in the answer. So, obviously procedurally, we can move forward and prevail on a motion when an affidavit hasn't been filed, but obviously we don't want to do that. So I have a feeling Your Honor is going to adjourn this for 30 days and allow Mr. Aaron to get whatever documentation necessary and file a response to our motion for summary. But when you're not an attorney, there's a lot of hoops that you have to jump through to comply with the court rules. So I'm going to leave it up to Your Honor on how you want to handle this at the moment.
Okay, yes, I'm sorry, Your Honor, but yeah, I didn't file the, I paid somebody just to file the motion once when they sent me the fee, because I've been dealing with this, like I also dealt with LV and funding on it with another issue with the same, it was a finger hut, Gettleton, all of it was all together. And they did not go to the police station with me. I went to the police station, but once I found out what was going on, she made a promise to pay. She signed a thing to say she was gonna, take care of it. Because after I put her out, she, and then these bills started coming, and I, confronted her about it. She was like, oh, she's gonna take care of it. And so after a while, after she stopped, answering, that's when I did go down to the Southgate police, and he told me that I couldn't file a police report but he gave me a complaint number because, you know, he said that, you know, that it was too late to file a police report and you know, that, you know, he couldn't take it before, you know, because, you know, I felt like I could just been a scoring lever. So he gave me a complaint number. But if
All
you
right,
look at all the, like I said, all the, you know, information, like I said, I never signed for any of this. My signature, I never opened up any, never ordered nothing. Anything that was ordered, you can look and say it had nothing to do with me. And so, you know, that's why I feel like, you know, that it's not my bill because I did not sign for nothing. I did not open it up, did not pay or anything on it, knowingly.
All right, what you would need to do here is, you telling the court that is one thing. Having a police report and having a fraud investigation is another thing. And what you would need to rebut this is that you would need to have something documented where you file some type of affidavit of fraud or something with the police department, because otherwise, otherwise you don't have anything to contest this with. And moreover, I think what the law enforcement officer was saying to you is that you were supposed to come to them at the time that you found out that there was something going on, and you came to them only after she moved out and bills started to come. But anyway, here's what I'll do, because right now what you got is a lawsuit regarding an account that's in your name, and there's a motion wherein they're requesting that the court grant immediate judgment because there's not been a defense raised to this in the context of your response or your affirmative defenses. I know that you said you paid someone to give those answers, and that's up to you, but whatever they provide as answers, those are your answers. It's in your name, so it's yours, whether somebody else drew it up or not. And in those answers, they did not allege that there was a fraud involved in this case. But you have to go back to try and come up with something by way of a lawsuit or something along those lines, or some type of fraud affidavit or something that you file with police in order to really be able to contest this case. If what you went in and did is told them after she moved out that she got some bills in your name and they never took a report or anything, you don't have anything really to contest this with. The only thing that I think is your remedy is you have the right to sue her for reimbursement for the funds that she may have caused you to have to pay. That seems like what your remedy is going to be here. But if you want me to, I'll give you 30 days to see if you can gather up some information that will assist you with trying to overcome this with allegations of fraud. Obviously, at this point, about the best thing that could happen, that's probably unlikely to happen. The best thing that could happen is if she signs something. If she signs something taking responsibility for this. Otherwise, I don't see how you're going to get around being obligated on this.
Yeah, I mean, Your Honor, but I do have a complaint from Southgate Police. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can go down there and get the complaint number from when I went in.
I don't think that's going to be enough. That's what I'm telling you. So you know, almost any person would when they have a debt, they could go to the police and file a report saying that it's somebody else's debt. There's something a bit more than that you would need. One of those things is to have acted early regarding this, and then there's an affidavit of fraud. You know, there's a fraud investigation. There's a flagging of your identification. Those are the kinds of things that usually are necessary to lead to this being summarily dismissed. And it doesn't seem like you have any of that. And that's why I mentioned to you, I'll grant the 30 days for you to try to find some remedy that might be able to get this dismissed. But if you don't find something, it looks like what you're going to have to do here is sue her, the lady that you're talking about, sue her for the money that she, for the debt that she created on your behalf. That's what it sounds like.
Okay,
Right.
now, all right. Okay,
Go ahead.
now, so if I have her, I mean, as far as going back to sue her, I mean, like I said, I think I still have the paper where I don't know if she's gonna decide it, that she was gonna take care of these things. Like I said, I showed that to the Southgate police. And again, like I said, it was, after, me giving her the opportunity, to take care of it.
Okay,
And,
well, here's what you can do. You could almost hear yourself saying the very thing that I'm saying to you, that you pulling at straws. You really don't have anything to work with. That's the problem. What would be concrete here is that if she signs some type of affidavit saying that she committed fraud on this a sworn affidavit, or if she comes and files some type of document to become a part of this case so that she will be responsible for the debt. And
Right.
of course, the other way that you might approach it is that you file a lawsuit against her
Okay.
for the amount that you're being sued for in this case.
Uh-huh.
Right now, what you have is could have, should have, would have, maybe this, perhaps. And that's not enough. That's not enough to defend against a lawsuit where your name is all.
Right. Okay. So I would need so just she couldn't just sign a I would need her to sign an affidavit. I mean that's gonna be a far stretch to get her to do that, but
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you that the stuff that's a hard approach, but that's one of the ways that you could try to get this resolved, is for her to take on the responsibility of this debt. If she's not willing to do that, then you have to sue her. And if
Right.
you want to get
okay.
her,
My next question is, now if I got to show all this proof that that she did it, I mean, it's because I didn't order nothing, I didn't sign for nothing. What is their proof that that I did it? You know what I'm saying? If the difference between me and them and her going behind, I never, how would they allow something like this to happen with her, just getting something in my name?
yeah, well, how did you allow that to happen? You see, you don't have to answer that question, but I want you to think about that. You see what I'm saying? And unfortunately, these kind of things happen because, there are
Right.
people that's engaged in fraud. But unfortunately, when you get a situation where it's somebody that you do not know, you've never heard of them, they've never been anywhere in your life, sometimes that's a little bit easier. Bit easier than somebody that you actually knew and somebody that was connected to you that ends up with some name that, it adds another level of complexity. So someone under this scenario, someone establishes some type of indebtedness. It's in your name. They utilize your address and all of your information to make this happen. And it happens to be somebody that you know. And they receive the delivery of goods. That is enough to make what's called a prima facie case. You could rebut the prima facie case by certain kind of evidence that you could use to rebut that. Obviously, one of them is that somebody signs saying, "Yep, I committed fraud." People don't usually do that. They sign saying, "I committed fraud," or of course, you can sue that person and bring them into the lawsuit, claiming that if I'm responsible, they're responsible too. Or you could file a separate lawsuit. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjourn it for 30 days to give you an opportunity to think about which approach you might want to take. And if nothing is done on this, then at the end of that period of time, the next hearing, I'll have to go ahead and grant a motion, which will allow for entry of the judgment in this case. Now, I guess the most fortunate part of this, none of this is pleasant, but the most fortunate part of this is that this is a debt involving some $1,200, whereas a lot of times what I see, especially when it's fraud, I get to see a lot of 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000. So at least you didn't get to do that much. But I'll take a look at it again 30 days now. That date's going to be 7/7, July the 7th.
7/7. Okay.
At 9:30 a.m. July 7th at 9:30 a.m. motion for summary disposition is taken under advisement and will be reset for hearing on that date. But I wish you well, sir, and thank you, Councilman.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
All right, do I have, oh yeah, this is case number 21-145595. This is AZ Electrical Engineering Incorporated versus James Jenkins and Jenkins et al. Your appearance for AZ Electrical, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sam Jarbo, P564 for the plaintiff in this matter.
Thank you, Mr. Jarbo. Your P number, did you give your P number already, Mr. Jarbo?
I did, Your Honor, but I'll restate it for the record. It's P84564.
Thank you, sir, and good morning to you. For the defendants in this matter, your appearance at this time, counsel.
Andrew Patterson, P18690.
All right, thank you, Mr. Patterson, and good morning to you as well, sir.
Good morning.
I've seen a lot of you guys recently. Why don't somebody update me on what's I said it for review on today's date. Go ahead and talk to me.
You're
Your Honor,
but you can go ahead, Drew.
yeah, Your Honor, Mr. Jarbo and I met at his office with the parties, and we had a reasonably productive meeting. It didn't complete it, but as a result of that, the one job we've identified issues with is the Guardian building, and my client owes a net $5,000 at the moment, but there is a possibility that there is a change order that hasn't issued yet from the owner, and that the county would authorize, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of another $11,000 on that particular job. The second job, we've not resolved even that much on it, which is the 8th Precinct Annex Building. And Sam is gathering some more stuff for my client to look at, and I'm hoping that we can resolve that one as well. But unfortunately, it's just taken us a little bit more time than we had hoped.
It does seem like some progress is being made, Mr. Jarbo. What do you think, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, there is progress being made. Hopefully we can get the Guardian building figured out once we get, clarification on a change order. And then as far as the annex building goes, I don't know if we'll be able to get that figured out or if that's going to be a circuit court action. So we'll figure it out and we'll go from there. But I think another review date in a month or so would be productive, Your Honor.
All right. So you're thinking on the 8th Precinct matter that may be out of this court's jurisdiction, huh?
It's a possibility, Your Honor. Yeah, counsel and I have spoken about that shortly, and hopefully not. Hopefully we can just get it kind of globally resolved. But our job as lawyers is to make more messes, right? No.
Well, one part of the job is to cross that bridge when you get to it. So
Right.
So I'll go ahead and set it over. Let me take a look at it again in July. Go ahead and set it on the 7th at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock a.m. for review.
Very good. Very good.
And what time was that at, Your Honor, on the 7th?
10 o'clock a.m.
10 o'clock a.m. Thank you so much, Your Honor. You have a great day, and thank you, Drew.
Yep. You too. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Bye-bye.
What'd you say?
There's something on the screen. Yeah, Ms. Harris.
How you doing, Ms. Harris? Your phone is, you have to hit *6 to, so we can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me
How you
now?
doing? Yes.
I'm good.
ma'am.
How are you?
Great. What case are you here on today? Do you know?
For VMX International, it was DLG and Associates versus Gerald Quigley.
What's-
And I represent
what's your
VMX
case number?
International. Case number is 12113514.
Okay, stand by 1 second.
Yes, sir.
It's tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay, we're still today. Okay. Thank you. See you
All right,
tomorrow.
great.
All right, bye-bye.